What's up, guys? So recently I spoke on my channel about Amazon selling me multiple fake products, multiple gun fake products. I mean, I'm sure it's happened in other instances that I didn't care enough, but specifically talking on guns, and it's happened multiple times, and I kind of just really wanted to briefly talk about it. Now, it's happened with X300s, it's happened with optic lights, a couple other little things here and there, but the ones that were most egregious to me were the optic lights because these things are not cheap. So most recently it was an RMR. I posted in my community section of YouTube. I don't even know what do we call that? Like the hangout section of YouTube. I don't know, but I posted a picture saying that if you couldn't tell, this one was a fake RMR, and people asked, how did I know that it was fake? And some people could tell right away, some people couldn't. If you don't know what you're looking for, it's gonna look all the same to you. And I mean, once you know what you're looking for, it's pretty obvious. So to start off, when you're looking at these or you're looking at dupes or fakes, the angles are usually just too sharp and just seem too perfect. That's number one. If you compare it to a real RMR, it's just smoother. There are no sharp edges, and with the fakes, there are just so many. It just seems too perfect, too many straight lines. That's off. That's the first thing. Number two is the font and the color of the font, how bright it is. It's just too bright and it's too sharp. Like I said, it just doesn't look like the real one. And you can look up pictures from Trigicon's website to see pictures for yourself when you buy something you want to check. But that's number two. The font and the brightness of the font is completely off. Number three, some of the lettering and some of the things they write on there may be flat out wrong. Like, for example, the patent pending, somebody pointed that out right away. That's off right there. And then the QR code as well, it will be off. And just little things like that. One of the biggest signs, I guess, at least for the RMRs, is when you look at the bottom. I'm not going to take this one off. I don't want to re-zero it. But when you look at pictures of the real thing, it does not look like this. So there's some other stuff down here, if I remember correctly, and you can quickly tell that it's a fake. Now, why are we talking about this? This is not a video to point out which RMR is real, which RMR is not. There's videos on YouTube that do a very good job of that already. And by the way, we are clear. They do a good job of that already. The point of this video is really talk about the problem in itself. Now, some people may say, well, stop buying on Amazon, or support your local businesses, or buy directly from the manufacturer, etc., etc. And I feel as though that kind of attitude and that kind of thinking is what has gotten the gun community to where it is right now. And this may happen in other communities as well, but I'm speaking directly on the gun community. And it's just a lot of pointing fingers and just avoidance. Number one, not everybody has access to a local gun store that has accessories, parts, optics, flashlights, etc., weapon lights. And it's not available everywhere. That's number one. Number two, buying off Amazon these days, I know it may sound privileged, first world problems. A lot of people can only get some of their stuff from Amazon. And the RMR, the X300, when I bought those directly from Trigicon itself, directly from Surefire, directly. Now, what seems to be happening is people are buying these products, getting them, replacing them with dupes from eBay. So let's say they'll buy a $50 fake X300, and then they'll order the real X300 off of Amazon. They'll get it shipped, and then they'll swap the real thing for the fake thing. They'll return the X300 on Amazon, get their money back, and essentially they got a brand new X300 for 50 bucks. Now, I know it sounds good on paper, but number one, it's fraud. Number two, it's stealing. It's just not right. And you're screwing somebody else. And then lastly, it's just the amount of times that it's happened to me is alarming, because that just means that it's just happening rampant across the board. I assume that Amazon does not have the capability to have expert personnel there to check to see if what they got back is the real thing. Most of the time, I'm guessing, I don't know if anybody's ever worked at Amazon, let me know what happens, but do they even open the package up to check to see if anything's in there before returns? I have a lot of friends who do Amazon businesses, who have an Amazon business, and they complain about returns. Like they gotten socks back for something that was really not related to socks at all. So there's a lot of fraud on there. So my point is, we can't just say, "Oh, buy somewhere else," or because some people don't have access to that. So awareness is one of the best things that we can do. So when you buy something on Amazon, even if it comes directly from the manufacturer, again, what happens is somebody will order something, return it. When it gets returned, Surefire or Trigicon, they're not the ones managing the returns and all that. That happens directly with Amazon. Amazon handles all that. So a lot of times they're not even aware that it's happening. I reached out to Surefire. They rectified the situation. Amazon also gave my money back. Everything is good. It's just be aware of what's happening out there. It's actually quite rampant, especially for these lights and these optics. And it's just happened way too many times to me to lead me to believe that it's happening a lot more across the board. Lastly, if you're the one of the biggest things I saw was buying directly from the manufacturer. A lot of times with some of the manufacturers will be sold out all the time, whether they're sold out or the price that they're selling it on their website is more than what they themselves are actually selling it on Amazon for. So why, I mean, I guess you could buy directly from the manufacturer, pay more for peace of mind, but theoretically, you should be able to buy the same product from the same manufacturer on Amazon and be just fine. It's not the case. Just make sure that when you buy something, double check it, bring up pictures from the manufacturer, double check that everything looks. Oh, one of the last things I wanted to mention about RMRs is the glass. You see how close the glass is? There's like no lip there. The real thing has a lip there. There's a divot there, or not a divot, but like, I don't know if you can see that, but if you compare the two, this one's almost flat compared to that one. And there's, the more you look at it, the more you look at pictures, the more you'll realize that it ain't right. So again, it's happened with optic lights, it's happened with weapon lights. I think the X300s are more common. Like they fake a lot of these, and what you'll see is bright lettering, and it won't be as sharp as the original ones. It'll be wrong once you look at pictures. If you don't look at pictures and you don't know what you're looking at, you're not gonna know. It's point blank. You're just not gonna know. So be careful out there. Check the items that you're getting, even if you order directly from the manufacturer on Amazon. Again, I'm not a believer in telling people to not shop on Amazon or shop locally, because some people don't have that option. Let me know in the comments if you've ever had an issue like that, or if it's happened to you. I'm just curious to see how often this happens. And if you work at Amazon or have worked at Amazon, let me know in the comment section of the process for returns, because I'm curious about that too. But that's it. Really short video today. Just wanted to share that with you guys. Beware out there. There's a lot. Listen, right now, there's a lot of fraud, a lot of scamming, a lot of that going around, a lot of it. So even in these like forums, when I'm looking to get something used or, do a trade or whatever, there's just rampant fraud, rampant bots, just rampant degenerate activity going on out there right now. So beware, be alert, use reference pictures. If you're meeting up with somebody, meet up at public places, police station, Target, places where people are at. Don't be afraid to tell the person you're looking at pictures to double check that what they're selling you is authentic, because a lot of people are buying dupes to then sell used to unsuspecting newbie gun owners or people who aren't paying attention at all and don't know what they're looking at. So beware, and just pay a little bit more attention to what you're doing when you're buying these things. So just wanted to share that. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Do something good. Be positive. Happy Friday, y'all. We done made it. Happy Friday, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Deuces.